Hello, YouTube. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about coronavirus. I myself was diagnosed with the coronavirus on July the 6th. Yeah. And I thought it was important to do this video because I want you guys to know that it's real and people should be in their homes quarantining. If you can't stay in a home, then you should, use as many delivery services as you possibly can. Or if you have to get out, you should protect yourself with, PPE or any type of protective gear that you have. So today I'm not in the office, I'm in my kitchen. And I want to talk to you guys about my steps of what happened to me. So I really don't know where it came from because you really can't pinpoint out one place. Some of my friends and I were discussing this, and the reason why you can't pinpoint out one place is because if you've been going to eat fast food, if you've been going to restaurants just for curbside service to pick up, then those employees could have been exposed to someone and they could be asymptomatic and not have known because everyone doesn't receive a fever. So a list of my symptoms, I consider myself to be one of those people that was asymptomatic. So I'm gonna go down my list and I'm gonna talk about the dates and the symptoms that I have. So on June 20th, which was the day after, June 19th, which is a holiday for African Americans, I was around my family and everything was fine. It was just a few family members. And then on June 20th, that Saturday, I went to a birthday party. Yes, I know I shouldn't have went to the birthday party. It wasn't the best judgment, but I was feeling a little guilty because this friend of mine whose birthday it was, this friend is very supportive of me. And she's had a lot of events and I did not show up, where she's been to all of my events and she's supported me. So I felt pressured and that I needed to go in spite of the fact that it was a pandemic. Plus, you guys all know that I'm a mother and I have two smaller children and they wanted to get out of the house. So prior to that, I really hadn't been out of the house, only been around immediate family. So my parents, my brothers, and their children. So I hadn't been exposed to a lot of people. I work from home, and every time I go out, I've been wearing my mask. So I can't really pinpoint where I got this from. I went to a birthday party on June 20th. On June 23rd, I started having some body aches and some chills. And it felt honestly like a head cold. This was also around the week when that African dust was in the air. And I honestly thought, okay, well, I just have a sinus issue because it's common for me. I have sinus issues. I'm asthmatic. My children are asthmatic. That's why I was trying to be very cautious throughout this time. Okay, so June 24th, the sinus pressure became unbearable. I started having earache, itchy throat, severe burning sensation in my nose and at the back of my throat. So on June 28th, I went to the urgent care, and the PA that was there, he was like, "You look fine. I don't hear any symptoms of any type of coronavirus, COVID-19 related." He was like, I honestly just think that you have, it's allergy season. I think that you're just having allergies, whatever came in from the African dust. So he gave me an allergy shot. And I get that every year, so that was typical. That wasn't, anything, to be concerned about. I do have some trust issues with medical professionals right now, but I also have some friends that are PhD pharmacists. So they also give me some insight on, what they would do or what I should do. So June 28th, I said, when I was at the urgent care, I told the PA, yeah, go on ahead and test me. This is a PA that I know. My kids and I, we go to this urgent care all the time. That's another thing. Get to know your physician, whoever your medical professional is, so you will feel comfortable with them. I would choose someone that has good bedside manner, someone that cares about you, and they talk to you about other things other than, your health. You kind of know, where they are in life. They kind of know where you are in life. That is how you build that trust with the medical professional that you're choosing, because at the end of the day, you can fire them. I mean, it's your choice. Going to a certain doctor, urgent care, these things are your choice. So I went somewhere where I trust that they're doing the right thing. I didn't feel like anything suspicious was going on at this place. And I was a little suspicious about this one thing. So he had the medical assistant come in to do the testing, okay? And he said, okay, we're going to do it through the mouth. We're not going to do it through the nose. So what was suspicious to me was he came to me with a swab that was already open, and I was a little hesitant, but I didn't push back at all. I was like, I just want to get this testing. I trust this place. I've been here for years. I go there more than I go see my primary care physician, because they know me a little bit better, because I go there because it's easier to get in. So I got a swab, and then I waited, and they said it would come back in about 5 days. So June 28th was a Sunday. So 5 days had passed, 5 business days had passed. No one had called me. So that following Monday, which was July. Okay, let me back up a little bit. So in between that time, so in between June 28th and July 1st, on July 1st, I lost my sense of smell. I noticed I couldn't smell well because I was cooking my daughter's breakfast, and it burnt up. And they were like, Mama, you didn't smell it? Because I usually go off my sense of smell. I've been cooking so long to where I don't need a timer. I just kind of, I can smell it in the air. I know when it's right and when it's ready. So when my daughter's was like, you burnt up the breakfast, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I really can't smell. I'm not crazy. I started thinking, well, I don't smell my body wash that I use in the shower. So that was on July 1st. I lost my sense of smell. On July 6th, after not hearing anything back from the urgent care, I ended up calling them, and they they told me, okay, well, someone from the urgent care will call you later on tonight. So about 8 o'clock, someone called me and they told me, yes, you did test positive. Then they followed up with an email as proof, of my diagnosis. So I called my pharmacy friends up. I told them, I just had a range of emotions. I was mad. I was thinking all kind of conspiracy theories in my mind. I was going crazy. And I mean, just a lot of mental gymnastics, because, like I mentioned earlier, my daughters are asthmatic. All of us are. And we're in close proximity together. I stopped taking them to the daycare a long time out of fear of, letting the coronavirus in. So I was worried about them. I'm worried about my babies, because, this virus, it attacks the respiratory system, and almost every year one of us will have an upper respiratory infection. It just happens. So it was a lot of mental issues that I was battling in the beginning. So not really any symptoms. Like I said, I had the one day of the body aches and the body chills. But other than that, other than the sinus issues, the earache, the nose, and the sore throat, and then I felt like a little bit of mucus was stuck somewhere. So after talking to my friends that are PharmDs, what I did was I ended up going straight on vitamin C, and I started drinking orange juice with vitamin D. Then I already every day I get these vitamins from Costco. I take these every day, so I take these. Take an iron supplement. I have low iron, so I take this iron supplement every day. I give my kids elderberries. This was before the whole COVID-19. I would probably give it to them like once a week. Now I give it to them every day. Drinking my echinacea tea. Get this at the grocery store. Also, I use my neti pot. And I also there's some little salt packets that are in here that it's the solution to rinse out the nose. So I use this also in a vaporizer. So to get the vaporizer going and to get the steam bubbling, I take 1 pack of this, pour it in the vaporizer, and then, oh goodness, and then, hold on you guys. So, old-fashioned vaporizer. I got this when my kids were babies. It helps babies sleep well, but it's been very handy and beneficial here lately. I'm sorry. Let me bring this back over. You guys know how I am about this whole YouTube situation. Okay, so I also I put these Vicks vaporizing pads. So old school, I think they used to pour this liquid, or they would take the Vicks, old school black people call it Vicks ass. But it's Vicks, it's the vapor rub that you put on your chest so you can breathe. And it has like this smells of eucalyptus, or like a spearmint. It's some type of, like a minty smell that opens you up. And I think what they used to do is they put it on the chest, and then they put a little bit in the water that's in here. They put a little bit in the water. But now the way that the machines are made, you take these little pads and they have the same smell. I got this one that had lavender in it only because it was on the shelf. I don't particularly like lavender. I was really just going for the eucalyptus smell to open up my sinuses. And take a little packet like this. Take this little packet, and what's inside is something that looks like this. And you put this in there. You turn it on, and it just makes all of this steam come up, and it vaporizes the room. Sometimes I would even stand over it and just inhale it. And like I said, I put that salt solution from my neti pot. I put that inside the water to kind of get it bubbling a little bit faster. So this is what it looks like once it's in. There's a little button over here. So this is what it looks like. So this is where you're putting that little, the little vapor. This is where you're putting the Vicks pad, that little square that I was explaining. And now, I didn't tell my kids because I have daughters and they're very emotional, and I didn't want them to freak out or tell anyone. So I didn't tell them. They've just been asking me questions like, why are people bringing us food and dropping it off? And so I didn't want them to be under any type of pressure or, get overly excited, or I didn't want them to worry for the most part. So I didn't tell them. But there's no solution for this right now. All we can do is take it day by day. Another thing that I do, I eat oranges, and I make some lemon tea or lime tea. So I have fresh limes, fresh lemons, and I put them in the Keurig. Well, I don't put them in the Keurig. That's not what I do. I put a cup of water in my teapot, in my teacup, and then I take the lemons and the lime and I squeeze them, and and then I drink that, and that helps with the mucus. That helps get the mucus down. Also, I if you can find some brown Listerine, I have some brown Listerine, old school Listerine, not the one that tastes so good. If you can gargle with that every morning, that's supposed to help with the bacteria, and help kill that. And then I drink that tea every night, either the lemons and the limes, or I do both. And then I also, one last thing, I also take those peels and I put them in my pot, and I steam my face here too. So for all of you, I just want you to know, especially my people that are asthmatic, it's not a death sentence. It's not, keep your immune built. I'm on day 7. I'm on day 10. So I go back to get retested on next Monday, which is the 20th. And I would suggest, what I'm feeling on the inside is I'm not going to go back to my urgent care. I'm going to go to another location just for continuity of care. I'm going to go to another location and get tested. because it's going to make me feel better on the inside. Because, I said I had that little suspicion. And then this next place that I go, I'm going to request that they open up the swab in front of me. But I'm well. My daughters are well. I don't know if you can hear them in the background or not. I told them to be quiet. But we're doing fine. One day out of this whole time, my oldest daughter, who has asthma really bad, hers is the worst of all three of us. She did have a fever, and she was having an asthma attack at the same time. I was freaking out, but you know what? I got on my knees and I prayed to God, and God put me at ease, my prayers, and she's been fine. I gave her some ibuprofen to break her fever. I know they've been saying Tylenol. Well, guess what? Tylenol does not work. Go for what you know. And what it is ibuprofen. Should you take a lot of ibuprofen? No. But if you want to break a fever right away, use that children's ibuprofen on your kids. Don't use your common sense. I know common sense isn't that common. That's what I'm here for. But I'm letting you guys know. Don't use Tylenol. Break your kid's fever. Don't let your child get to the point to where, or anyone that you love, don't let them get to the point to where they have to go to the hospital and then they're separated from you. This virus is incentivized. There is a fee that they're receiving once you're diagnosed with it, and then there's a fee that they're receiving once you're on a ventilator. If you don't believe me, Google it. So nonetheless, I wanted to let you guys know where I've been. More videos are up to come. I love my friend Malibu. I would not put her and her family at risk. So we haven't done any videos together, but we will start back up doing videos. So if you guys have any questions for me, please drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching my videos. And subscribe to my channel. There's much more to come. This isn't gonna last forever, you guys. And especially as Christians, we should know this. You should have been preparing for this for all your life, or the minute that you met Christ, and when you gave your life to Him, you should have known that these days were gonna come, and you should be preparing for it. But nonetheless, I'm Smart Cookie. And I want to let you guys all know that COVID-19 is not a death sentence. You can beat this. And I want you guys to stay safe and keep your mask on. See you guys later. Bye.